Hey there, I want to talk to you about something I know you've dealt with, something we all deal with, that task that's been sitting on your to-do list for days, maybe even weeks. That project you know you need to start, but you just can't. Procrastination. It's that heavy, nagging feeling that follows you around, whispering that you'll do it tomorrow. I get it. I've been there more times than I can count. But what if I told you that you have the power right now to break that cycle? Not with some complicated system, but with simple, powerful, science-backed tools. Today, we're not just going to talk about procrastination. We are going to arm you with 5 unique, practical steps that you can use the second this video is over to take action. These aren't your typical just-do-it platitudes. These are real strategies designed to trick your brain, bypass your resistance, and get you moving. I want you to feel that incredible sense of relief and accomplishment that comes from finally doing the thing you've been avoiding. So, do me a favor, grab a notebook or open the Notes app on your phone, because I don't want you to just watch this video. I want you to live it. I'm going to challenge you to pick just one of these 5 steps, the one that speaks to you the most, and put it into action today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Are you ready to stop waiting and start doing? Let's get into it. This is your moment to take back control. All right, let's start with the first and maybe the most powerful tool in your new arsenal. I call it the 2-minute rule, and it's going to change the game for you. Here's the deal. Your brain is wired to resist things that seem hard, overwhelming, or uncomfortable. When you think about writing that report or cleaning the entire garage, your brain hits the emergency brake. It screams that's too much work and floods you with resistance. So, we're not going to try to fight that resistance head-on. We're going to sneak past it. The 2-minute rule means you commit to doing the task for just 2 minutes. That's it. 120 seconds. Anyone can do something for 2 minutes, right? You don't want to go for a run? Just put on your running shoes and walk out the door. That's it. You can stop after 2 minutes. You're avoiding that huge pile of laundry. Just sort one small pile of whites. 2 minutes. You have a massive report to write. Just open the document and write 1 sentence. The secret here is that we're not trying to complete the task. We're just trying to it. The law of physics says an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion. You, my friend, are that object. Getting started is the hardest part. What you'll find almost every single time is that once those 2 minutes are up, you'll keep going. You've broken the inertia. You've tricked your brain into engaging, and now that you're in motion, it's so much easier to stay in motion. The task no longer feels like this giant, impossible mountain. It just feels like the next small step. This isn't about willpower, it's about strategy. You're lowering the barrier to entry so low that your brain can't come up with a good excuse not to do it. Use this. It's your secret weapon to get moving when you feel completely stuck. Okay, step number 2 is all about the power of your physical environment. I want you to think about where you are when you're procrastinating. Are you on the couch with the TV on in the background? Are you at your messy desk, surrounded by reminders of 10 other things you have to do? Your environment sends powerful signals to your brain about what it's supposed to do. If your workspace is also your relaxation space and your entertainment space, your brain gets confused. It doesn't know whether it's time to work or time to chill, and guess which one it will always choose? The path of least resistance chilling. So, if you want to change your state of mind, you need to change your space. This doesn't mean you need to go out and build a brand new home office. It can be incredibly simple. If you work from home, try moving your laptop from the kitchen table to a specific chair in the living room that you designate for focused work. Or even better, get out of the house entirely. Go to a library, a coffee shop, or even a park bench. The simple act of moving to a new location can reset your brain and break the association you have with procrastination in your usual spot. When you physically move, you signal to yourself that a shift is happening. You're leaving the stuck you behind and stepping into the productive you. Tidy up your desk before you start. Just a quick 60-second sweep. Put away the distractions, Close the unnecessary tabs on your computer. Create a space, even if it's just a tiny corner of a room, that tells your brain, when I am here, I am focused. When I'm here, I get things done. You'll be amazed at how a simple change of scenery can dissolve your resistance and bring a fresh wave of motivation and clarity. This next strategy is a game changer, and it's backed by a ton of research. It's called an implementation intention, which sounds fancy, but honestly, I like to call it if-then planning. It's really about giving your brain a specific, concrete map to follow. See, one of the biggest reasons we procrastinate is because our goals are just too vague. You know, I'll work out more or I'll finish that proposal. Those aren't plans, they're just wishes. They don't actually tell your brain when, where, and how you're going to do something. So when the time comes, your brain has to make a bunch of decisions. It gets tired. And well, it just defaults to doing nothing. An implementation intention closes that gap. It creates a pre-loaded decision in your brain. The formula is super simple. If situation X happens, then I will perform behavior Y. You're basically creating a trigger and an automatic response. So instead of I'll work out more, your plan becomes, if it is 5:30 p.m. on Monday, then I will immediately change into my gym clothes and drive to the gym. Instead of I need to work on that proposal, it's if I finish my morning coffee, then I will open the proposal document and work on the introduction for 25 minutes. Do you see how specific that is? You're taking all the guesswork out of it. You're not waiting around for motivation to strike. You're relying on a pre-made plan. Your brain absolutely loves this. It's like giving it a GPS. It doesn't have to think. It just follows the directions you've already laid out. This simple shift from a vague goal to a specific if-then plan has actually been proven to dramatically increase the likelihood that you'll follow through. So for that task you're avoiding, what's your if-then plan? Be specific. When and where will you do it? Write it down. Make it real. Now, I need you to lean in and really hear me on this one, because honestly, it might be the most important step of all. We need to talk about self-compassion. I know, you might think beating yourself up is the way to get motivated. You might say, if I'm hard on myself for procrastinating, I'll stop doing it. But the research actually shows the exact opposite is true. Shame is not a motivator, it's a paralytic. When you berate yourself for being lazy or undisciplined, you're just adding a layer of negative emotion on top of the stress you already feel about the task. It makes you want to avoid the task even more because now it's associated with feeling bad about yourself. This creates a vicious cycle. You procrastinate, you feel guilty and ashamed. That shame makes you feel overwhelmed and less capable, which leads to more procrastination. We have to break this cycle, and we break it with self-compassion. Self-compassion is not about making excuses. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend who is struggling. It's acknowledging that you're having a hard time without judgment. It's saying to yourself, okay, I procrastinated. I'm human. It happens. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. Let's figure out how to move forward from here. Forgive yourself for the time you've already wasted. Let it go. It's in the past and you can't change it. All you have is this moment right now. Your power is in the present. When you stop wasting energy on self-criticism, you free up that energy to actually tackle the problem. Focus on progress, not perfection. Every small step forward is a win. So, the next time you catch yourself in that negative self-talk spiral, I want you to pause, take a breath, and say, it's okay. I'm doing my best. What's one small thing I can do right now? This shift in mindset is everything. Our final step is about harnessing the incredible power of your imagination. Procrastination often happens because we're just too focused on the short-term discomfort of the task itself, the boredom, the difficulty, the effort. We forget to connect with the long-term reward. This is where visualization comes in. We're going to use our minds to create a compelling, exciting vision of the future that will pull us forward, past the immediate resistance. I want you to stop thinking about the doing for a moment and start thinking about the done. Close your eyes for a second if you can. Seriously, do it with me. Now, I want you to imagine that task you've been putting off is complete. It's finished. Done. What does that feel like? Feel the wave of relief washing over you. Feel the pride in your chest. Notice the absence of that nagging, heavy feeling of guilt. It's gone. What does finishing this task unlock for you? Maybe it's the freedom to enjoy your weekend without a dark cloud hanging over you. Maybe it's the confidence that comes from seeing a project through. Maybe it's the praise from your boss or the respect of your colleagues. Make that feeling as real and vivid as you possibly can. See the sights, hear the sounds, and most importantly, feel the emotions of your success. This isn't just fluffy daydreaming. This is actually a neurological technique. When you vividly imagine a future outcome, your brain starts to believe it's possible and begins to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You're creating emotional leverage. You're reminding yourself why you're doing this in the first place. The why is your fuel. So before you start that task, take 60 seconds to visualize the win. Connect with the incredible feeling of being on the other side. Let that positive emotion be the wind at your back that pushes you into action. And there you have it. 5 simple, powerful tools to help you beat procrastination and take meaningful action. Remember, this isn't about becoming a perfect, hyper-productive machine overnight. This is a journey, not a destination. Overcoming procrastination is a skill you build, one small choice at a time. Every time you use the 2-minute rule, every time you change your environment, every time you practice self-compassion, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You are strengthening that muscle. Be patient with yourself, celebrate the small wins, and know that every single step forward counts. Now, the real work begins. I challenged you at the beginning to pick one step to try today, and I meant it. Knowledge is useless without action. So I want you to go down to the comments right now and tell me, which one of these 5 steps are you going to implement today? Is it the 2-minute rule, if-then planning, visualizing the win? Declaring it publicly in the comments makes you accountable, and it will inspire other people who are reading them too. Let's create a community of action takers, right here, right now. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today, for investing in yourself. I truly believe you have what it takes to break free from the grip of procrastination and create a life you are proud of. If you found this helpful, and you want more actionable inspiration to reset your mindset and your life, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You are capable of amazing things. Now go take that first step.